Art Online Fractured Daydream story trailer also gave us the release date for the game, among a lot of other reveals. Welcome SAO survivors, it's me Gamerturk, and without wasting any time, starting with the main answer you're looking for. Art Online Fractured Daydream comes out on October 3rd or 4th, depending on your region/time zone and your choice of platform. Briefly put, based on prior experience, Japan gets it on consoles on October 3rd at 12 AM, the rest of the world gets it on consoles on October 4th, 12 AM. Steam is a global platform, so it'll likely release on October 4, 12 AM UTC for the entire world. There's also confirmed DLCs, we'll get to that in a bit. I'll go through all the news one by one. The story trailer gave us a lot to think about. I think it was a great story trailer this time around that really stuck to the mystery they got going, which we do not really see for Japanese titles. They can be a little bit more liberal with revealing their story in trailers. Fatal Bullet showed the ending of the game in the story trailer. Based on the synopsis and the trailer, it seems Kirito as well as others, Asuna and Shinon were mentioned by name, find themselves going to school with Quinella with hazy memory of their pasts. Two new characters, Fuuka, a tester of Galaxia, and Neige, her support AI who was cut off from Galaxia, will be teaming up with Kirito and the others to figure out the mess. A lot more to talk about, like Quinella seemingly helping or guiding Kirito out of his hazy state, Asuna not remembering anything outside of Art Online, the corrupted dreamscape as I like to call it, even the god of darkness Vecta aka Gabriel Miller sneakily hidden behind one of the shots, commanding a giant dragon against Fuuka, and many more I covered in my live trailer explained stream. It's a bit long due to basically being a live version of my brainstorming phase rather than a structured video I script after the brainstorming phase, but I'm basically going through the trailer chronologically so you have clear points to skip to if something grabs your fancy more than others. Link via the icon on the top right and down in the description. Make sure to slap that like button if you scroll down below. Continuing with the news one by one. There are 3 different editions aside from Japan getting additional physical collector's editions with additional goodies. In the West, we have the base edition, digital deluxe, and digital premium. Base edition is the game only as usual. Digital deluxe comes with Character Pass Volume 1, which features 2 DLCs, Worlds Beyond 1 and 2. However, that's kinda cutting it short without the description of those DLCs. Well, this is a Character Pass. It's not the bare minimum of adding a character to the roster. Worlds Beyond 1 will feature 1 additional character, and the edition comes with its own story. There are also additional costumes, plural does not exist in Japanese in the same way, so we don't exactly know. There will be new weapons for the additional character alongside stamps, as well as a new character background for your profile card in the game. They also mention 3 new weapons, which remains vague in what it exactly means, but I imagine the new character will have 3 weapons with different properties. I do not expect 3 new weapons for each character in the game, considering each character has their own unique weapons for themselves. That is not exactly quite feasible in my mind. I'll be very surprised if that is the case. Worlds Beyond 2 will feature 2 new characters instead, with the same benefits as above, including story for those 2 characters. So yeah, as I said, the DLC is not just dropping characters into the roster out of nowhere, a lot more than that exists. But going back to the game editions, in addition to the Character Pass Volume 1 that features Worlds Beyond 1 and 2, Digital Deluxe also gets a stamp set featuring 3 additional stamps that may look familiar if you play Integral Factor, and the Prism Heart costume set comes with the outfit and the headpiece. If it's anything like the costumes we had back in the beta, they are not character locked but are gender locked. So while they preview it with Asuna in the picture, you'll be able to give it to any female character in the game. Not confirmed, of course, but my reasonable assumption based on how the system functioned back in the beta. The Digital Premium Edition features all the bonuses available in the Deluxe, but also with the digital art book, soundtrack, and a minigame, which I find interesting. We don't yet know what it is, and it will also come with the Wild Joker dress, again previewed on Shinon, but very likely accessible by all female characters. A pre-order of any of the 2 special editions will get you a 3-day early access to the game. Here's a handy chart with all the bonuses from the English trailer, so you can pause here and take a breath. Additionally though, a pre-order of any kind, so including base game this time around, will get you the Demon King costume set inspired by the Unleash Blading Demon King Kirito unit. Again, reasonable assumption is that this outfit and the horns are likely wearable by all male characters. In fact, on that note, the accessories may just be available for all characters regardless of gender. I could have the red ribbon on Egil and on Argo, so yeah, the hat and the horns are likely for all characters. Moving on, 2 new key visuals. One is an expanded or rather completed version of the original Abeshi key visual with Kirito and Asuna that now has Shinon, Lifa, Alice and Eugeo as well. The other one is drawn by A1 Studios that features Kirito as well as Fuuka and Neige, and Key Knight fans may see a certain similarity between this illustration and the special episode key visual from War of Underworld anime days. A nice one. 3 new playable characters have been revealed. Asuna will be a fighter as expected, Alice will be a tank, while Eugeo is a mage. And yeah, that last one may confuse you on a surface level, but in Fractured Daydream, Mage is defined by its area of attack capabilities alongside being able to inflict enemies with debuffs. So it's not talking about a wizard, it's literally the role the character plays in combat, and with that in mind, it is very fitting for Eugeo and especially his memory release abilities with the Blue Rose Sword. We also had 3 new screenshots added to the Japanese website. Kirito, Fuuka and Neige as well as Eugeo vs Len you have seen in the trailer so far, but I particularly love the Alice, Len and Asuna going up against this huge structure of a boss. The scale and detail on it looks incredible, and it's the same scene from the story trailer where Len was dodging the attacks. I am really looking forward to that set piece and the dynamic between these 3 characters. Last but not least, Fractured Daydream will feature an opening by ReoNa, as we have come to expect at this point. We don't know anything at the moment about the song itself, but it will be previewed on July 5th in the ad break of the Alternative Gun Gale Online Season 1 rebroadcast on Japanese TV with a commercial, so definitely look forward to it. That's all the latest from Art Online Fractured Daydream. We may get something from Anime Expo in the US, but don't hold your breath. This story trailer and the information drop was very likely the Japanese side sharing all they wanted to before it was revealed properly to the widespread Western audience at the Anime Expo. Make sure to subscribe for more Sword Art Online content and maybe check out my video on the best boss fight in the entire Sword Art Online series. It really helps out with the algorithm. I'll see you all in the next one with SAO Dead Game Report for June, and until then, stay cool.